Before we did Tribe Festival, we had a conversation and you said to me that one of the dreams you had for Tribe Festival was that it would become an incubator for bold living. And I think from what you've described that the community has managed to create that. Why is Tribe Festival the fastest on-ramp for new members joining our community to get integrated into Wi-Fi Tribe?
The Tribe Fest, so we asked people after it to describe what Tribe Fest was in comparison to a chapter. And the majority of the answers said something along the lines of, it's like a chapter, but on steroids. It's like all of the weekend trips of a chapter packed into 5 days. It's like all of the depth and connection of a chapter in 5 days, super intensely, right? So in this case, it's 70 people. So it's a lot bigger than a chapter, right? It is a festival. But because of the formats that we had and because of all of the time and the just kind of spending time in each other's presence and the openness of everybody, it's very easy to connect with people, even if you're entirely new. And there were many new members at the festival too, which I was really, really happy that they had the courage to sign up for it, because it does take some courage to be like, okay, I'm going to be the only person that doesn't have a bunch of friends at this festival already. And so people were able to meet all of these other people that they will now be able to continue traveling the world with, probably many of which they will end up seeing around the world in a city hub or around the world when they join their next chapter. So they've really plugged themselves into the community in this accelerated way. And they would have seen, a new member would have seen what Wi-Fi Tribe is really about at its core. So less about the travel, more about who the people are, how they engage with each other, how open and welcoming they are, and how supportive this community really is.
Beautiful. Lastly, I know of myself, when I join something and I start contributing and I am pouring my passion and my energy into something, I always want to know, where are we going? Where are we headed next? And so I'm going to ask you, for anyone listening in, where are we headed with Wi-Fi Tribe?
Wi-Fi Tribe is going to grow to the point where there are buzzing city hubs with pockets of community all over the world, literally in every city that you would ever want to visit. And that means that wherever you go, your community is already going to be there. And it will become this kind of omnipresent community, almost like a floating country that doesn't have national borders, national boundaries, but where there are people from all nationalities and all backgrounds, and where people are either living around the world, maybe as expats, maybe they have a home base somewhere, or they are moving and are more nomadically active. But it's people it will always be people who are worldly, in the sense that there's a certain amount of global citizen in their DNA, a certain amount of travel in their DNA, whether they are in a place permanently or whether they're super active as travelers. And Wi-Fi Tribe's going to lean in hard into the idea of living boldly, and specifically living boldly through community. So every next move that we will make will have that theme and that focus of how can we help people keep evolving their lives, keep making their next dreams happen by helping them leverage the community that they have, the power of the community that they are part of, to make those things happen. So everybody in this community is already living boldly. They have already figured out this lifestyle. They're traveling around the world. They've created incredible lives for themselves, but it's not a one and done kind of thing. It's something that will always keep going. You don't at one point say, I'm done living boldly, I can rest easy now. It's always, wow, this life is incredible. So exciting. I'm so passionate about this. What's next? And when you're asking yourself the question, what's next? The community will be there for you to support you in exploring that question, and then in taking the actions that you need to take to make that next dream a reality.